Good evening, traders. Hope you're all doing well. Tonight, we're doing another day review. First, going to look at the forecast. What did I share with the community? What was the outlook? And what did I anticipate? And then we're going to jump to the charts and we're going to have a look what's going on there. So as you can see, the date, the 6th of March, buyers was bullish. Day, Monday, pair, euro, dollar. This forecast is primarily for London session. So my idea was looking for longs. I gave a whole analysis or breakdown of this setup or this price action in the weekly Forex liquidity outlook. So have a look at that. And then lower time frames. This was the first option, seeing price trade down into this 50-minute block, reaction trade up higher, or towards that level ultimately, or seeing first price take out the liquidity below the sell side over here, and then giving us a lower time frame entry pattern and continuation longs. So that was the outlook. So this is what I said. Good morning, traders. Happy new week. Not much to add to or show to this morning's price action. It's pretty self-explanatory. Potentially looking for continuation longs towards the buy side liquidity. That's what I shared over there. So let's have a look. Then I didn't renew my subscription yet. So looking then, this was our 50-minute zone right over there. So price did trade down, took out some sell side, traded up, cleared some buy side liquidity, then came down, didn't really give us any entry patterns from this zone, but then traded down towards this liquidity, as you can see over here, and then traded back towards the upside, and exactly tagging that buy side liquidity. And yeah, so that was then basically the big move for the day. So we're going to have a look at potential shorts, potential longs, and then continuation longs. So there might have been 3 opportunities today. So if you just look at the 1 hour, price beautifully traded up into this area. So I think it was very well delivered and quite happy with how price played out. So let's have a look at this price action and then we're going to quickly dissect it. On the 5 minutes, so what we're going to do is we're just going to mark our session openings first. So here we have London session opening and Frankfurt open. So those are 2 times of sensitivity, which we can be mindful of. So first of all, potentially initially when we had this drop towards the downside, I was expecting price to maybe reach this area and then targeting the buy side liquidity above that high. So initially, I need to upgrade. Initially, I was looking to see price make a pullback and then a continuation towards the upside. That would then give me a possible long opportunity. So the idea was to see a trade lower, reaction from this area, and then take it towards this buy side liquidity above this high. Okay, so that did not happen, and we first saw price trade up towards the upside. This is now where the shorts came into play. So what we saw happening was price trade above the buy side liquidity created just before the session opening. The session opened, London opened, and we traded above that area, giving us then a displacement or a break of structure towards the downside. This is a typical ICT 2022 entry pattern for those that know it, and then potentially low entry patterns on the lower time frame. So let's have a quick look then on the 1 minute. So pretty clear, pretty straightforward. There we found the break of structure towards the downside. And if you take a fair value gap entry, there's your fair value gap or imbalance. Or if you take bigger zones, buy zones or sell zones, buy to sell zones, there's a zone as well as that little refined candle could be a zone as well. So there were a few entry opportunities in that area. And then we had the move towards the downside. So the short, let's say, if you place your stop above the high, entry at the imbalance of fair value gap, and then a good target would then be the sell side liquidity below this low. So we have our sell side liquidity resting below. That would give us a very decent 3.3 risk reward. Then ultimately we traded down into the sell side liquidity as marked on the high time frame. Just remove this for now. Then there's nothing here to do. As you can see, we try to trade up high, try to break above the high. We failed to break above. We first take out another sell side liquidity, trade up higher, and then we make our first indication for our entry pattern. So hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to create a entry patterns video. So stay tuned for that as well. And that will then give some more insights into the different structural elements that I look for when I'm taking entry, looking for entry. Okay, so now we first see the shift in structure. We're creating a higher high, and then price confirms that higher high by creating a new high above this high. And then we have another explosive move towards the upside, breaking more structure and clearly indicating the price is bullish. Initially, I thought that this zone might hold, so I took a loss in here. So the trade was something like this: stop loss below that zone, targeting the high. That was a trade idea, but it ended up as a loss. But then noticing this zone, it's a key zone in what I teach in or share with in my community, and that is then where the second entry was located. And what's nice about this one is that it did sweep another round of liquidity below that low, which gives it that added extra probabilities of trading up towards the upside, just targeting the buy side for 3.7 risk reward, which was great. If we had left it towards our main objective for the day, I don't think I'll ever hold trades for this long. Well, not yet, maybe one day. That is then what you'll see on Instagram, social media, people share. But that's not me. Ideally, probably that would be a more realistic, the buy side liquidity resting above those highs now would have been, I think, a better target. Actually, I think that was the target. I can't remember exactly. But nonetheless, that was more or less the trade. So there we have it. 2 great setups throughout this day. I don't really take this continuation trades. Once I have a trade, then I'm kind of done. But that is EU for you guys. And I hope you found this insightful, and then I hope you found some insights and stuff that will help improve your trading as well. So things to take note of that. Yes, watch the weekly Forex outlook that I shared yesterday, going over the anticipation of price reaching this high. There is. And then potentially, hopefully, if all goes well, next week I'll be able to share the entry pattern video, a refined one. I did make one a few months ago, but I'm just gonna update it and create a new one. So very excited for that. Guys, that's it from me. Hope you all have a lovely evening, and then yeah, we'll see what the future holds tomorrow. All right, guys, cheers. Bye.